What happens when a kingdom built on unity and identity faces one of the world's greatest colonial powers? Does its legacy crumble, or does something even stronger survive? Hey, I'm Bissy Atkins, and in today's episode of All Things Africa, we are going to explore the rise and the fall of the Asante Empire, a West African kingdom that not only challenged the British Empire, safeguarded something far more valuable than land. So let's get right into it. The story begins in the late 1600s in what is now Ghana. At the time, the Denkra ruled over the Akan people, wielding immense military and political power. But their dominance was about to be challenged by Osei Tutu, a leader with a vision for something greater. With the counsel of his trusted spiritual advisor, Okomfo Enoche, Osei Tutu didn't just seek independence. He envisioned a united Asante people under a single spiritual and cultural identity. According to legend, it was during this era that Okomfo Enoche called down the Golden Stool from the heaven. This sacred stool, believed to hold the soul of the Asante nation, descended gently onto Osei Tutu's lap, marking the genesis of the Asante kingdom's unity, continuity, and divine legitimacy. In 1701, under the banner of the Golden Stool, Osei Tutu led the Asante to victory over the Denkra at the Battle of Feyase. This victory wasn't just the defeat of a rival, it ushered in an empire that would shape West African history for nearly 2 centuries. The Asante Empire thrived because of its military brilliance and economic prowess. Their army, known for its strategic adaptability, combined scouts, spies, and surprise tactics to outsmart opponents. When faced with technological limitations, the Asante crafted alternative materials, including makeshift ammunition, to overcome limited gunpowder supply. While their military strength was vital, the wealth of Kumasi and their capital made the empire a dominant force. Gold, kola nuts, and other valuable resources transformed the Asante into one of the richest and most influential kingdoms in West Africa. However, their success drew attention. By the early 19th century, the British Empire came into contact with the Asante, and what followed would be a series of battles and betrayals that tested the Asante's resolve like never before. This clash of empires marked the beginning of the Anglo-Asante conflicts, a series of wars fought between 1824 and 1900. One of the earliest battles, the Battle of Nsamanko in 1824, demonstrated the Asante's ingenuity and determination. Despite being outgunned, they defeated British forces using guerrilla tactics and resourcefully crafted ammunition. However, this was just the beginning. As the 19th century progressed, the British, driven by their desire for economic dominance and control, gradually encroached upon Asante territories. In 1872, the British acquired the Dutch settlement of Elmina, which directly threatened the Asante's position and authority along the coast. This acquisition was part of a broader British strategy to consolidate their influence in the region, leading to increased tensions and eventually military conflicts with the Asante. In 1874, the British, under Sir Garnet Wolseley, launched the full-scale invasion of Kumasi. While the Asante leadership had ensured the Golden Stool remained hidden and protected, Kumasi itself became a target of destruction. British forces entered the city unopposed, looting treasures and burning down the town, and imposing an indemnity of 50,000 ounces of gold, which in today's world would have been equivalent to a whopping $1.4 billion. This devastation weakened the Asante, but did not break their spirit. The turn of the century saw the British seeking to consolidate their control over the Asante territories. And in the year 1900, British Governor Sir Frederick Hodgson demanded to sit on the Golden Stool, which was considered an act unthinkable due to the sacredness of the stool. This insult ignited Asante's final resistance, led by one of history's most remarkable leaders, Yaa Asantewaa, a skilled diplomat and strategist. Yaa Asantewaa is said to have declared that if the men refused to fight, the women would rise and defend their kingdom. Under Yaa Asantewaa's leadership, the Asante launched a fierce and coordinated resistance using guerrilla tactics and intimate knowledge of their land. They fought valiantly to defend their sovereignty and traditions. Though the British ultimately prevailed, the Golden Stool remained hidden and untouched, a profound victory for the Asante people. The war marked the end of the Asante Empire as a political entity, with many leaders exiled to the Seychelles. Yet, the British never achieved their ultimate goal: to strip the Asante of their identity. While the Asante Empire fell to colonial rule, its legacy endures as a powerful symbol of unity, pride, and cultural continuity. The Golden Stool, still safeguarded till today, represents the spiritual heart of the Asante people. Today, festivals like Akwesiada play a significant role in maintaining the cultural heritage and legacy of the Asante people. And figures like Yaa Asantewaa continue to inspire movements for leadership, resistance, and empowerment across Africa and beyond. Alright, so I know that was a lot of information to take in, so let's take a little break. What did we actually learn in today's episode? Firstly, we learned that the Asante Empire, founded in the late 17th century by Osei Tutu and his spiritual advisor, Okomfo Enoche, rose to prominence with the Golden Stool as its sacred symbol of unity and identity. We also discovered how the empire expanded its territory and influence through military campaigns and strong administrative systems, and a thriving economy built on gold, kola nuts, and other valuable commodities. Thirdly, we saw how the Asante Empire fiercely resisted British colonization, engaging in several Anglo-Asante wars. Despite their eventual defeat in the 1900 War of the Golden Stool, their cultural spirit remained unbroken. And finally, we learned that leaders like Yaa Asantewaa embodied the courage and determination to defend their cultural identity, inspiring generations across Africa and beyond. Last week, we asked you this. The answer is, what is the world's largest hot desert covering much of North Africa? Is it A, Sahara, B, Kalahari, or C, Namib? The story of the Asante Empire is not just about battles or political decline. It's a powerful narrative of cultural endurance and identity. While the British dismantled their political structures, they could not sever the Asante people's connection to their heritage. The Golden Stool, safeguarded even in its empire's darkest days, remains a profound symbol of unity and cultural pride. This enduring connection to heritage resonates in modern Ghana, particularly through initiatives like the Year of Return and Beyond the Return. These programs, along with actions such as granting citizenship to members of the African diaspora, invite people to reconnect with their ancestral roots and celebrate Ghana's role as a homeland for African heritage. They honor traditions, unity, and pride in cultural identity, values deeply rooted in the Asante Empire's preservation of the Golden Stool, and their unwavering dedication to their heritage. But this is more than just historical reflection. It's a challenge to the present. The Asante Empire story compels us to rethink what it truly means to preserve a legacy. Is it etched in the monuments and relics? Or does it thrive in the living traditions, values, and shared identities passed down through generations? Perhaps the greatest legacy is one that adapts, evolves, and continues to inspire, just as the Asante have done, turning a history of perseverance into a future of cultural pride and connection. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you've enjoyed learning about the history and the legacy of the Asante Empire, why don't you like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for all things Africa.